Oh, yo, what's up? So guys, I mean, didn't we fully want to just because I just want to do stuff in my life and, you know, and my whole life is just doing this, basically for fun, everything. Okay, past that. So, there's a big question in the TV community. Why has Greenville not licensed brands like BMW, Chevrolet, GMC, well, not GMC, GM, like the big brands that everybody loves, everybody loves. Well, it's because it's big brands. Do you understand? Big brands ain't gonna be the craziest thing to like. Let me just say, like, they ain't the best to license early when you start licensing for a game. For games, for games, the licensed car brands they have to pay money or have to have a big deal. So like for like that's background, just ignore that. But so like if Greenville tries to license, I think like Dodge from the Stellantis group. Well, they Dodge is a pretty big brand in the Stellantis group, so what Greenville probably has to do is probably license Classic, which is not that much of a bigger brand. Probably have a license Chrysler, Alfa Romeo, and Lancia, what he just did, because they're much smaller brands than Dodge and the Stellantis group, which owns Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Classic, Fiat, everything. I've been noticing Reva has licensed stuff from Stellantis. You notice, yeah, and all Boston known by Stellantis, and Alfa Romeo and Lancia. I think it's owned by Stellantis. I think it's owned by Stellantis, but under Alphas is. So we could be getting all answers from Dodge if you know about it. Could. This is just taking my stuff with a grain of salt if you hear this. So basically, you just can't listen the car brands. You just have to make this stuff look good at this point. Because, Joji said, this is a word from Joji, the YouTuber. Joji, the big Greek TV YouTuber that makes his own game and everything. Games have the car games have the license less bigger brands to make this look good for the big brands. Which then the big brands probably will look at the game, see all these brands that are licensed that are probably from their ownership or their company or the big company that owns them ownership. Like I say, like Toyota, right? Toyota owns Lexus, Daihatsu, Subaru, not fully, but like part of the brands, parts in the brands fully. So if with Greenville license, I don't know Daihatsu, Daihatsu, Lexus, and all that stuff. Maybe let's been start part of ownership to those Toyota. Toyota's not like a big gigantic group like Stellantis or GM, but you could get a little chance that Toyota may get licensed because of the other brands that Toyota owns, and they're like the big brand of all of those other brands. Or if people want BMW these games, I do it. Many people want. Greenville may has to license the brands that BMW owns. They may have to license Mini or Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce is a pretty big and luxurious brand, but they may have to license the less bigger brands. Even Rolls Royce may seem like a big brand, it's actually less bigger than BMW. It's a more profitable brand than Rolls Royce. Even Rolls Royce more rotality brand, even has more luxurious and stuff. It may present itself as bigger, but technically, maybe BMW is the bigger brand and all that stuff because they made more stuff in the car industry, made more impact in the car industry, even with what's and all that stuff. Your car, ball and everything. You understand what I'm trying to say here, but or like people want Chevrolet in the game, or like GM. First, you gotta license all the brands that own the Chevrolet in the GM group, so you probably have to license Pontiac, Humber, you know, license those brands, and like Trevor Empire has licensed these brands and always well may have a chance to get them in Greenville and all that stuff. That's another question. How is Trevor Empire license the big brands but Greenville doesn't? It's because of budget and how big the game is. Greenville is a pretty good Roblox game, but it's owned by a dedicated, very talented dev team, developers, people that have lives, normal lives. They just basically happen to own a very popular game and stuff. So basically, made the game's made with passion. If the game's made with passion, of course, you're gonna have a less of a budget than anything. You're not gonna really have a budget, but like the budget is licensed. They're gonna have a lower budget than averagely a corporation owned the game. Greenville is not owned by a corporation. Literally, it's owned by one dude, and all his other friends, the other devs, and everything, basically own and help build the game. Giant Empire was that before they got owned by Fodex in 23. And everything. You know how they got Pagani as their first license? That a very decently big. Now I say decently big, but like even I know really had Pagani license as well. Pagani is not crazy big as Pagani, but how like if Giant Empire wants Pagani in the game, they got a whole long. I said like a whole lot of other brands for real. That's how big Bugatti is in my end. It basically is. They let if I say how Giant Empire had a license on it, which is I say over all these brands that was a license in Greenville, it's all because of their budget. Because that was their first license. Greenville's first license was Lindenberg Jaguar, which is a pretty decently big brand, but like they're smaller. I'll say decently smaller than Pagani. Less of a social band and everything. That's why they got the chance to license them. That's how our oldest got to know because their brands are not hugely big. They're the Pirates and corporation and stuff. They don't really care about it. They just care about the money and stuff. So that's why the brands all three others keep getting licensed cars and licensed cars and licensed cars and licensed cars just to appeal to get more money. Think about Greenville, they're doing this for profit and if the band fan base happy and everything. I was told the game doesn't become like me where every single car is licensed for real. I want the like fictions to be here. What I want is the mix between some fictions and real life cars. So thing is, I kind of don't want Sherry to be licensed, but I want it to be at the same time. If you kind of get what I'm trying to say here, I want all the old vehicles to still meet the game. And I'm gonna be one of those people that's like, why they just can't license all those old vehicles back? You know how many vehicles were in this game before all they got removed? Basically, over a thousand. If they have like this magic license Chevy, if people like they decided to bring every single bottle back and everything, yeah, they got a license. They got to do all. Got to have crazy time to do all that stuff. Also, I've been wondering too, why has no licensed car have been like a base model until like a to a top dream level. Like I'm saying, like now it's more time to put effort in, but why they just can't in my opinion, like take the base model, upgrade it, and that's how car companies basically do it and everything. I know it takes time and everything and all that stuff. I understand everything's not easy to do and everything. You can't do everything fast, but I just kind of want trims to be licensed and everything. Trims of cars to be licensed. I want my base model off of where's my base model? Like base model with your Xbox. I can't get all that stuff. Also, why we didn't get it a license type in the game? I don't know why we didn't have that yet, but okay, but to be after that. Anything. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, Greenville cannot license the brands we want yet. We all have to wait patiently. Let Greenville license the brands, the irrelevant brands, the best, brands that nobody really cares about and everything. You may see, GM, we may see BMW get licensed in the future. Keep your hopes up, at least. It's just Greenville is just a building up to the point where they can do that. They wanna, it's the wonder why Greenville just can't be like they're an empire. The license man is because usually puts more effort in the cars and anyway because of passion and everything. Second of all, they don't have like a limited budget like driving empire and bonus and everything. Their whole huge corporation that probably has a bajillion dollars in the bank, like car company power. Like they get life car company for 100 mil. It's not even put a probably don't even put a thing in their pocket. So anybody who's worrying, anybody still complaining, a lot of people still complaining that BMW is still not in the game. I understand you want the good stuff to be in here, but you gotta wait until the good stuff. Yeah, build the good stuff. Can't get the good stuff instantly. That's how life works. That's how life works, man. That's how stuff is. Stuff are not perfect. Games, these stuff are not perfect at the first time. Like, Greenville is just, I don't know, license Chevy at the first. I'd be real happy, and everybody would be real happy, have the crazy hopes up. But probably as soon as the license are more, if they do stuff like that, everybody would probably be crapping on the game. Follow me too. Just because of how much it affects the player base and everything. But if anybody who's watching this, just keep your hopes up, cause they will probably be alive in the future. Probably a Dodge license, cause the Stellantis bench getting license. Keep your hopes up a little bit, but take it with a grain of salt. They may get not be licensed though. That's the end of the video. See ya, guys. This is probably longer than the average Sochi video. Sorry. Goodbye.